Okay, well, first of all, it's a shame for anybody to lose that ball game. I mean, that's two teams that left it all on the field. I mean, just I told Pat I wouldn't expect anything less from his team, and you know, again, been a part of a lot of those games in my career. They're not fun to be a part of, but when you win games like that, those are the type of games that, you know, help your team grow and create the expectation. You know, those are the type of games that you know, you have to win to really teach the way you really want to, and for the kids to experience that is special. But it was just, I mean, a heck of a game. And again, to go on the road and up here, senior day, undefeated on the road for only the 10th time in 129 years of Clemson football. You know, man, I'm really proud of our team. I mean, they played with a lot of belief and a lot of faith. And we did what we needed to do defensively. I mean, 8 sacks, 16 TFLs. TJ had an unbelievable game, career high. tied a Clemson record, 4 sacks. And there were a lot of situational moments in the game that turned out to be critical for us. The goal line stand was huge. There was a couple of, you know, 2 or 3 possessions where we held them to field goals. I thought that was huge. And just so many guys having to step up. You know, D. Creighton, all of a sudden he's having to play every snap. And, you know, you don't have Woodaz. Now you don't have Sammy Brown. And, you know, you're just getting strained and straight, but the kids just kept believing, they kept the faith, and it was just awesome to see. We ended up plus on the turnover margin. I thought our special teams were awesome. Chapel, you'll be happy to know that Aiden had 6 inside the 20. You were worried about that a couple of weeks ago, and so he had 6 inside the 20. And I think was one off maybe a school record. Aiden was awesome. We were really concerned about that. Obviously, that 0 is a good player. And so to hold him in negative yardage in punt returns was a huge aspect in the game. And the difference in the game, probably the least likely that anybody thought, was our field goal. 51-yarder, career high, turned out to be the difference for us. Man, so I'm just really happy for Nolan and the whole group up there going out there and getting it done. And then offensively, you know, I thought the first half we played pretty good. You know, it's 17 points on the board. The biggest disappointment in the first half is, you know, we just missed a couple of plays. We had a chance with Brenny on one. We had a chance when they jumped offside to just finish on the catch. We had a couple of drops, and then we missed Antonio for a touchdown. You know, I mean, we just missed it. And so that kind of allowed them to kind of hang in there. And then we were really poor in the third quarter, really poor. Really disappointed with how we played there. In fact, we only had 27 yards until the last drive. So first of all, give Pitt a lot of credit, but how about give that offensive group to walk out on the field on the road, down, no timeouts. All right, you know, we were trying to manage every second we could between the 48 seconds and getting a field goal before the half to right there at the end. And defense gave us a chance because they held them to the field goal. We got no timeouts. All right, we got a shot. You know, field goal ties it. And that's what we said. Hey, we do this every Wednesday. Field goal ties it. Touchdown wins it. Let's just go and do what we do every Wednesday in practice. And man, it was awesome. The guys getting out of bounds, managing the clock situation, and then obviously Cade with a 50-yard turned out to be game winner for us. So just an incredible heart. Antonio, 13 catches, 149 yards, career high, 2 touchdowns, and again, should have had another one, at least one more. Cade ended up being 27 of 41, 288, no interceptions. I thought that was big that we you know, ended up winning the turnover margin. But the story of the game for us is all the people down. I mean, you got no Sadler, no Marcus Tate, no Tristan Lee. You know, in fact, Pat Norduzzi, who I really think a lot of him. He's a friend. He was bragging on our offensive line. He goes, "Man, your offensive line is playing great." I'm like, "Yeah, but half my whole left side's in Clemson." You know, and for those kids to go out there in the very first play, you lose Elijah. like Murphy's Law, right? You know, but we practiced. I did it in our walkthrough. I literally did it in our walkthrough on Friday. I said, okay, because you got to have a plan, right? And in fact, I was talking to Don Munson and Ben. I was talking to them beforehand. They were like, what are you going to do? And I was like, well, here's what we're going to do. Walker Park's going to go to right tackle. Trent's coming in. Blake's going to play left tackle. And we got to find a way. We're going to move Harris over to right guard. And then after that, you know, we had a plan with Linthicum going to right tackle. We had, because we got more guys that can snap, and then we were going to use Mason Wade and use his last game. So we had a plan. But the story of the game for us, Walker Parks, he hadn't played right tackle in 3 years. Blake Miller hadn't played left tackle since high school. And for him to go over there and play every snap against a team that pressures every single time, again, it wasn't pretty, but man, they fought their butts off and got it done for us. Trent Howard coming in, playing every snap. So just a great win, and I'm proud of our guys. Again, finished 7-1 in the league. We were 4-4 last year, and so man, it's a good step in the right direction for us. And you know, that's the best we could be. Obviously, wish we were undefeated. There's only one undefeated team. We don't get to play them. So, you know, all we could do is finish the very best we could. And I'm proud of the guys for doing that. And then, again, undefeated on the road. You know, I saw a team, again, grow up. And that's what you want to see. You know, just never quit. Give everything you got. Don't make excuses. Just keep playing. And they did that. So, hats off to those guys. And now, you know, we got about 13 days left to finish the season. So we got senior day next week. Opportunity for a 9th win, 14 years in a row if we can get that done. And again, just continuing to build our program where we want it to be. So, you know, a lot of guys are hurt. Elijah's going to be done for the year. It was a really tough injury for him. But you know, hopefully he'll be back and ready to go for the spring. And as I told him, you know, it's got to always find the silver lining. You know, it would have been bad if he hadn't had a chance to show he could be a dude, right? Like, so at least he's got a very clear vision of what he can be. He got a chance to show everybody that he can do it. Himself, his teammates, our fans, that this guy's he's a player. And so even though his season's coming to an end, hey, he'll have that confidence going into the off season. So thankful for that. You know, Wade, we were hoping that he took a really tough shot to his thigh and shin area, and he just couldn't get him there. You know, he tried, but we just couldn't get him there where he could do it. And so again, then of course you lose Sammy Brown. So, but you know what? You can't ever become anything unless you overcome something. And these guys overcame a lot today. You know, so I'm really proud of them. I'm proud of our staff. Just, you know, special win. Again, I've been a part of a lot of these type of games, and they're hard, but man, it's special when you get to be a part of it with a team that finds a way to win it, and that's what they did tonight. So with that, I'll take the questions.
There's something you noticed the way they were playing coverage on that last drive that kind of led Klubnik to believe that there was going to be a big hole for him to run?
No, he just creased. I mean, they play a lot of man coverage. They kind of do what they do. They're very committed to stopping the run, and you know they'll give up some big plays. But we just, you know, we're trying to. In that situation, we needed it. We got the penalty was big that we got. I think the late hit there. So when we got there, we needed at least 10 yards. I think the ball was only about right at the 50, and we needed at least 10 yards to give us a chance in field goal range. You know, just give us a chance at a 57-yarder or so. And so we called the draw right there, and it popped. You know, and sometimes that's what happens when you catch guys in tight coverage and man coverage, and it's late in the game, and guys are tired, and you know that kid can run. It was just a heck of a play, you know, by him. And you know, but literally we were trying to just make sure that we had a really good positive play right there on first down, and it popped. It popped. And I've seen that before. You know, unbelievable play, and just again wasn't. You know, he missed a few plays that he's going to be mad about. in this game, and there was a couple of dudes that he missed, and we didn't finish on a couple of plays that we had. But man, great quarterbacks find a way, and he found a way tonight. And that's the type of moment, type of experience that when you do stuff like that, it does stuff inside of you. All of a sudden, you start to expect that. You got to go experience those things. And that'll be a moment that he'll never forget. It'll be a moment that will grow him even more.
Coach, you always talk about the will to win. Cade displayed that at the end, but also Barrett Carter, that shoestring tackle that he made, saved a touchdown.
Unbelievable play. They caught us in man coverage right there. Probably not a good matchup. Ours, he were on theirs, but he made a heck of a play. I mean, they strained all night. I mean, they really did. Strained all night, fought for every yard, and again, holding to the field goals was huge. And then our field goal was the difference in the game.
You and Kirby have something in common now when it comes to a penalty after discussions. How do you feel about penalties coming after discussions?
I've never been a part of I've never been a part of that. I was at Notre Dame in double overtime. When was that? 20. When they reviewed the play, changed it, and then we're getting ready to snap it, and they reviewed the review. I remember our rep, the white hat guy at the time, I said, he said, I've never been a part of it either. All I can do is they're calling me from NASA, or wherever they are. So I've never been a part of that, and I've never been a part of what we were part of tonight. Never been a part of it, because, hands, and listen, I'm not saying it was, I mean, they missed the call. It was a hands to the face, but you can't review hands to the face. And if a guy is not hurt, I think the ball's probably snapped. So it was, I've never been a part of that. I can't wait to have a conversation on that one, for sure. So, and then I don't know what targeting is anymore. I really don't. I don't know what we had there was a targeting in the Cal-Miami game earlier this year that, I don't know what targeting is anymore. I really don't. I've coached football. I've been doing this for a long time. I don't know what it is. It changes every week. Every week. So some tough breaks on both sides. There were some tough calls for them and tough calls for us, but to answer your question, no, I said that. I said, this is a first. I've never been a part of that. Guy comes from the end zone, all of a sudden drops a flag. But then they tried to explain to me that, no, I know it feels awkward, but this is the right thing, and we were discussing it. And so all you can do is just say, well, okay, let's move on. And that's what we did. But again, I've never been a part of that, ever. So, do we have that too? Do you have something?
Texas.
Oh, Texas. Okay. I thought something happened today.
Coach,
What did they tell you in that moment? What was their explanation? Was that?
Well, they said they had been discussing it the whole time. I said, well, I want their flag on the ground. Throw the freaking flag, and I can live with that. But there's no flag. So, I'm not sure the mechanics are right. I'll let Riveron figure all that out. But, it is what it is. You got to move on and play. And, again, I don't expect it to be perfect. But and there was tough calls both sides. But I've just never experienced that. Ever. Ever. That was a new one. It was a new one, like the review of the review in 20. That was the first thing. Two unique experiences in my life. I'll write about them in my book one day.
Coach, after the Pitt had the 3rd and goal at the 1, kicked the field goal, that was an 8.5 minute drive, and then they went right down and scored. Your defense had to be exhausted at that point in the game.
Yeah, and we went for it. First of all, I did click over and said, Wes, do you want to go for this? And he said, hell yeah, let's go for it. And then I was mad. And it was a great play. The whole offensive staff, I'm mad at myself, because that only needs a field goal. And if you punt it right there, you play field position, that's probably but analytics will say go for it there. You're going to try to win the game, put it away, and we had the call. We had the call. Everybody loved the call. We've been sitting on that. And you gotta give their one kid credit, because we had it, and he stopped running. He stopped. And if he keeps, it's gonna hit, and the kid stopped and made a play. And, you know, that was a tough deal, but for the defense to go out there and hold him to the field goal gave us a chance. So, you know, those are tough calls, and we were going for the win. We were trying not to give them the ball back, and, you know, old school me punts the ball, and you just play field position and hope you get a stop, and maybe you win it late. But we tried to go for it, and we didn't get it. You gotta give them credit. And again, you know, everybody felt great about the call. But their kid was just made a great play. He made a great play.
Just a heads up, Khalil Barnes is available outside if anybody needs to step out. We can continue questions for Coach.
You said you don't know what targeting is anymore. Is that reference to Sammy Brown's targeting?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna have to go to a seminar in the offseason or something. Targeting Anonymous or something. I don't know what it is. I really don't. I have no idea. I don't know what it is. I really don't.
Dabo, in this age of a 12-team playoff, you got your team jockeying for that position to get into that mix. To me, today was a playoff resume enhancing win. As someone in the national media who covers you guys, as people who meet every week to judge where Clemson should be, why should we consider Clemson a playoff team and be in that top 12? You have a chance, obviously, in 2 weeks against South Carolina to put another exclamation point, but why should we start thinking you guys are in the mix right now? You're sitting at 20. What makes you a playoff contender?
Well, I mean, we're 8-2. You know, it's hard to win. We're undefeated on the road for the 10th time in 129 years. It's not like that happens every year. It's hard to do. We beat everybody who beat us last year. We obviously didn't get to play Duke. It's a 17-team league, you know, and we got one loss. So a good team. And, you know, we didn't have a great day that day. They were better than us, and, you know, we got one loss. And then we lost a tough opener, a game that we just had a bad third quarter. And, you know, we got a great quarterback who's, if you look at our quarterback, he's right there with Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence. Statistically, he takes care of the ball. He makes big plays. We got dudes that are getting better every week. In our skill positions, we got some young guys that are just blossoming. Our defense is playing as well as it's played all year. We got a kicker that just made a 51-yarder. You know, why not? Why not? I mean, it's hard to win. It's hard to win. We're 8-2. We got one friggin' loss in this league. We don't play the other team that's undefeated. And, you know, I think we got a team that's really kind of just finding their way right now. We've overcome a ton. I mean, I'm talking about no Sadler, no Marcus Tate, no Tristan Lee, no Elijah Thurman. That's 4 starters gone from your offensive line, and you got guys out there getting it done. You got No Way, and you lose Sammy. You got kids just stepping up all over the place. So, I mean, listen, we're in the fight. That's all you can ask for. I mean, we're in the fight. You know, we had a chance to control our destiny. So we need a little bit of help, but all we can do is just take care of our business. We got a chance to finish 10-2. You know, again, we got a chance to get a 9th win next week for 14th year in a row. I'll wait and count on how many teams in the country have done that. 1, 2, that's it. All right, it's a very short list. So, you know, these kids got a lot of heart. They got a lot of toughness. You know, we're a team that believes, and you know, I think they can play with anybody on any given day. But you know, hey, again, we're not worried about it. You know, we don't control what other people say and do and all that stuff. All we can do is just go try to keep playing. A lot can happen. I don't know what's happened today, but a lot can happen in college football on any given weekend. So we just got to keep battling, and we'll see what happens. You know, I mean, I believe what God's got for you, He's got for you. So, you know, we just got to stay locked in on what we're doing, and we'll see how it all plays out. But and I love our group, and we're not going to lose many guys on this team. You know, we got 3 starters on defense and 3 on offense that have to leave, and so we've got a chance to be a team that I think really, and that's why experience like this today is huge for your group and how it teaches them and develops them to where they expect it. That's a good next step for us, but, I mean, why not? We've been there. I mean, we're a program that, you know, we've got the second most playoff wins, second most national championships. You know, why not? We've proven that we can play on that stage. But this team in particular, if they want to have a shot at that, they've got to finish. And they'll have the opportunity to do that.
Saw you embrace your. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say 2 straight road wins. How proud of you of your kids to come out here and get a tough win against Pitt?
Yeah, I mean, when the schedule came out and you go, boy, November at Lane Stadium, at Pitt, that ain't an easy task. And then both teams are playing really well. So I'm really proud of our guys. I'm proud of them. It's a long season. These guys have been going since July. And, you know, really, and then coming off a loss too, a really disappointing game, you know, and to pick yourself back up. You saw the resiliency of our team, and you got to be resilient. You got to be resilient in life. You got to be resilient in football, and to go on the road back-to-back weeks and find a way to get it done, it's awesome. And undefeated on the road. I don't know if you heard me earlier. You know, for only the 10th time in the history of our school. So there's a reason it's only happened 10 times. It's hard to win. It's really hard to win on the road. And to see these guys step up and get it done and just never waver. Just continue to play. It was special. I hate it for Pitt. I really do. Because I've been on both sides of that, man. I hate it for those kids. I hate for anybody to have to lose a game like that because it just rips your freaking heart out. And because they battled. And man, Pat, those kids, I told him I would, man, that you know you're going to get everything because that's who he is as a man, as a coach. And so, man, I hurt for Pitt. But I'm going to enjoy that Dove Bar on the way back on that plane ride regardless. Proud of our guys and glad it worked out for us.
Saw you embracing your 2 sophomores, TJ and Peter, after the game. What were you saying to those guys?
Yeah, I mean, just their leadership. You know, really challenged both of them the last 2 weeks. I made Peter a captain today. TJ was a captain last week. And both those kids have really stepped up for us. And young players, and again, for them to experience a game like that is just awesome for them. And, you know, TJ just, he was special. I mean, he was special. And you know, he had the 1 strip sack turnover. We screwed it up and didn't get points on that. But man, they were just relentless. Peter, I think, was in on a couple of sacks. So getting him back, and it just was just growing up. Just growing up. It's fun to see.
Yes, Peter Woods played almost exclusively at tackle. I guess what went into that?
Yeah, well, no K-Part. All right, y'all forget he's out too. Oh yeah, K-Part. He ain't around either. So when you sit down and you're no Tyler Brown, no Shelton, no K-Part, no Sammy, no Wade.
Shelton Lewis.
No Shelton. I mean, no, all these other guys, and then these kids come in here on the road and get it done. It's just been easy to make some excuses. So no K-Part, and then we really like how our ends are playing. You know, Cade got his first sack tonight. Jaheim got his first sack tonight. Man, Hoffler's coming. All those kids are really coming on. So we were able to move him back in there to kind of shore up the depth, Cape out, and it's great. It's great to see it. So hopefully, you know, again, hopefully we'll get some guys back here in the next days or week or whatever. We'll see what happens, but I'm really proud of Peter.
Just to confirm, Thurman was at an ACL.
No, is his ankle. He'll have to have surgery. I think you'll have to have, you know, probably like a tight rope, maybe put a little plate in there, but he'll heal up. He'll heal up. You know, it's be a little rehab for him, but not something that's going to be, it's out for the season, but not something that's 9 months or something like that. It'll be probably 2 or 3 months, and we'll just see where he's at. So hopefully we'll have him back for spring ball and stuff. But again, I couldn't believe it. I could not freaking believe it. I mean, it's unbelievable. The first play. I mean, you just can't. I mean, unbelievable. But again, nobody panicked, nobody flinched. I just really hate it for him. But the positive again is, you know, what he was able to do last week, what he was able to show. He got his first start. he's got a very clear vision in his head of what he can be, and so do his teammates. So that'll give him some wind in his sails to get through this rehab and get back this spring.
RJ Mickens left the game late. What is his status?
I don't know. I mean, he looked okay in the locker room, but I didn't get anything specific on him at this point.
Yeah, but you said that you run that field goal to tie, touchdown to win drill every week.
Yeah.
How many of those drills then with Cade going 50 yards for a touchdown?
It's happened a few times, actually. Believe it or not, we've popped a few of those runs. So we do it literally. It's every Wednesday. It's what we do. And so he's had a few of those. He's had a few of them. But they were straining, especially in that situation. Because they knew too. We only needed about 10 or 15 yards to get in the field goal range. So we caught him in the right coverage, and we had the right call at the right time, and it popped. He found the crease. And again, these guys have played a lot of snaps too, and a little bit of fatigue. But how about the fact that he got banged up earlier on the late hit, and kind of gathered himself and was able to gut it out. But I mean, he's just a relentless competitor, man. He's got a big heart on him. It was pretty special. It was pretty special. Just when you think it's over, it ain't ever over. That's why you keep playing. That's why you practice situational football. I mean, we literally had a lot of situational football tonight. A lot of clock management. There was a little bit of everything, going on in that game, but that's why you practice that stuff. So, they have a lot of confidence. That's why we do it. And I was worried about we scored too quick. And then give them credit. They battled and gave themselves a chance. I think they had 2 timeouts, and we got trying to play coverage, and our guys, you got rush fatigue as well, and everybody's just trying to gut it out. And their kids made some plays and gave them a chance. Who picked it at the end? Was that 20 late? Who got it? 7 got it. Khalil got it. So that put us +1 on the margin. That was good.
The second half offensive struggles, I don't even need to look at the film, but anything that kind of stands out about some of these empty throws?
No, I need to really see the tape. I mean, we missed some plays. That's one thing that jumps out. And then we had a few calls that I know Garrett would like to have back. And then again I got to see some things up front before I can really truly comment. But just some missed opportunities. We had a couple of miscues, assignment wise, outside, and then Cade just missed a couple. Tight coverage the whole way. They were very committed to stopping Maffa. I mean, it was pretty obvious to see that. Even though he got a little something late there to give us a chance, but give them credit. I thought they did a heck of a job.
Does Walter Park actually do any reps in practice?
Never. I mean, maybe in some summer stuff, but we worked him there last week, just a few reps here or there. We threw him out there, and just tried to, I put Linthicum at right tackle in practice. Wednesday's team passed. I didn't even tell anybody. I just said, Linthicum, you're at right tackle. Trent, you go to center. Blake, go to left tackle. Just trying to create some options. Big Ryan held his own in team pass there. And so I was just trying to every combination we could get. And then again, we had Mason ready to go. So he's got 1 game left. So hopefully we can be in a good spot now. But yeah, we worked him some this week, this past week of practice. But no, he hasn't. Again, we came into the season with Ian Reed out. We had 5 legit tackles that we were really excited about, and you're down to 1, Blake, with all these guys out. So again, hopefully Tristan and Marcus will be able to rejoin us, and we'll go from there.
TJ Moore also had a block on Cade's 50-yard touchdown run. I guess how proud are you of just him as a freshman to make a key play in a critical moment of the game?
Yeah, he made a couple key plays. I mean, we had some bad field position as well. I mean, 2 or 3, maybe more. We started inside our 15, a couple times inside the 10. In fact, I think one of the touchdown drives was a
93.
90-something yard drive. And so, you know, that was big. I mean, he made a couple plays. Wish we'd have had a couple more, but again, it's gonna be some good stuff on tape and gonna be some garbage on tape. But when it's all said and done, when the clock ticked to 0, the Tigers found a way to win, and that's all that matters. And man, I'm just again thankful to the good Lord to let me experience stuff like that. I mean, because very few people get to experience what I just experienced in that locker room. That's what it's all about. I mean, it really is. It's pretty special to be a part of that. I always say if you could bottle that up, man, we'd all retire. It's pretty special when you're a part of a team that really finds a way to win when it's not perfect, and there's a lot you feel like is against you. So you got to give the players all the credit and just all the glory to the good Lord.
Take one or two more for Coach. Antonio Williams and Kate Klubnik are available outside. Anybody have anything for Coach?